Hello and welcome to Kelly's Cooking on the Cheap. Today I am going to be making this sweet potato casserole for tomorrow, Thanksgiving. And the first thing I'm going to do is get the potatoes ready, and I'm going to be cooking them in the Instant Pot. I've come to learn that this is the easiest way for me to get it done and not have to worry about the stove. So what I'm going to do is peel the potatoes, but before I get started, I did get it ready. I've got water, a cup of water prepped, ready to go in there, along with my trivet. So let me get the sweet potatoes, and I will say the one bad thing about getting the sweet potatoes that are already bagged is that you never know what you're gonna find. So I'm just gonna take those holes in. My video I did last night on the cheesecake finally just got uploaded a little bit ago, so look out for that. And I am so ready to get into it tomorrow. So I hope everybody's having a good day before Thanksgiving Eve. I am winding out from work. We got to get out of work a few minutes early today, so I'm happy about that. So I'm just trying to get this done and then save the cooking of it till tomorrow. If you guys have to travel, be careful and just beware, because I know around here where I live, a bunch of cops have been out and about getting their prey, so to speak. So drive safely. And I think on here for the sweet potatoes, it does take 3 cups. So I usually just go ahead and get this. I think it's a 3-pound bag that I get from Aldi. Otherwise, another place that's good to get them is Sam's. The only thing I don't like about sweet potatoes is that they are harder to peel, and that's why I always have them everywhere. Alright, before I wash these off, I am going to cut the ends off. That way I can just throw them in to the pot once I get done washing. Like anytime you have bad spots, I try to get them out the best I could. Luckily the ends aren't too bad. That's always nice. And then once these are done cooking, I just mash them and do everything in the pot. So you kind of have a 1-pot cleanup. And I still have the cleanups from the cheesecake yesterday. So I'll probably do that at some point. I try to make this more keto friendly, as in instead of using regular brown sugar, I'll use the Truvia, because I got a couple of folks that are diabetic. This way it makes it a little easier for them to want to eat. Alright, I got these in here. Let me try and... Alright, so here's how I got it. I'm going to put the lid on. I plug it in, of course. Let's see. going to just put these as vegetables on high. And let me do the timer. I'm going to start it. And then once they get done, we'll come back. I'm going to unplug it and let it sit. Then while it's sitting, then we'll get the other ingredients ready to go. So hang tight. All right, welcome back. I just unplugged the air fryer, not the air fryer, the Instant Pot a minute or two ago. And I have had the butter that I needed sitting on top, so that way it's starting to soften. So what we're going to do first is make the topping. And I know I said I was going to try and make it more keto, but I'm going to use regular flour, so that way it helps make it nice crust on top. So here's the, I'm trying to get the butter, get a fork. We're just going to make like a crumb topping like you would for like a fruit crisp. And this recipe calls for pecans, but I am not really going to worry about pecans because my husband can't eat them, or I should say shouldn't be eating them. Not that he's allergic, but... So now I'm going to use a half a cup of brown sugar. This is another thing I stocked up. I ordered from Amazon. It ended up being a little cheaper than I got it at Kroger, even with the coupon. I think it was like between $5 and $6. Alright, so a half cup of brown sugar and then a third cup of flour. I still can't get rid of this cough. I always like getting this topping done first, so that way it doesn't take forever and a day. Alright, so that's all. So I'm just going to mix it. So for the potato part, it takes 2 eggs, a cup of sugar, which I'm using stevia, vanilla, some spices. Sorry about that, but I just used pumpkin spice. And let me make sure, is there anything else? Oh, and some butter. So I just mash it all together, throw it in the dish, this on top, and then it cooks for 20. But I'm just getting everything ready. And then I'm going to cook it up at my in-laws tomorrow. And so I'll try and get a picture of the final product tomorrow once we eat. But I like this recipe. It's really easy to make and not too time consuming. I think the only thing is getting the sweet potatoes ready. Alright, I'm just going to have to crumble it up myself. Half the time I usually melt this butter, but this time I just figured I'd try it this way for a change. Alright, it's been about 5 minutes on the sweet potatoes. And for the sweet potatoes, it calls for melted butter, but since I've had the butter sitting on top, softening, I'm just going to throw it in the pot and let the potatoes melt it. So let me rinse my hands off, and we might go ahead and just pop it. I know it'll be a 20 minutes early, but why not? Alright, I know I said I was going to do it in that pot, but I got to, so come on over, we'll take a look. Now let's pop it. Got my boy helping me today. I like it when he helps me. I feel like it turns out better anyway. Maybe I'm just prejudiced and it's my boy. Seen a lot of memories come up of him growing up with different fall, Thanksgiving-ish, Thanksgiving themes. I saw him as a Thanksgiving Indian when he was little, so I miss that. Alright, got that, and here's how it's looking. Now I just got to get the water out. So what I'm going to do, set the trivet over here, dump the water, and then dump the potatoes in. Let's see if I can do this without making a mess. Woohoo! I better not say too much before I do make a mess. Alright, got that. I'll set that there. Oh, let me put the butter in. I'm gonna make my boy dizzy here. Maybe I'll get him dizzy and then I won't have to feed him at dinner. He's laughing at me. He knows I'll feed him. Right? Yeah, he's shaking his head, yeah. So keep your fingers crossed. Yay. I didn't drop any. Woohoo! That's a first for me. My boy laughing at me. Alright, let me grab my masher, my handy dandy masher. I feel like Bob the Builder saying handy dandy. Was it Bob the Builder? Oh, he's shrugging his shoulders. As you can see, the butter's melting down there. Trying to do this too before I put the eggs in there so that way they don't curdle. Alright, while the butter's still melting, let me add the sugar. And it is a cup. Oh, it's right on it. Since I had flour in that, I'll just do it. Sometimes when I use sweetener, sometimes I don't put as much in because to me it's sweeter than regular. So it's not quite a full cup. I'm going to go ahead and add my vanilla. I'm going to add my pumpkin spice. That's probably good. I can smell the pumpkin. Feels like, or smells like I've got one of those scented deals going. I think the butter's pretty much melted. Yay. So let me add my egg. One. All right, let me rinse my hands off real quick. All right, and then let me make sure I got everything in there otherwise. Yep. So let me get this mixing. And that's all there is to it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. this is one dish I could eat by itself as, well, once it's cooked, as a dessert, main dish, side dish, you name it. It would make me happy. Alright, so now time to put everything together. So I'm going to bring this over. Let me move everything out of the way. And time to, my boy's over here making faces. So I'm putting this in a 9x13 pan. And I know I keep saying it's simple. It's so simple. You could just do it the night before and not have, other than cooking, and then saves you on dishes the day of. Alrighty, there's that. And now the topping. Try and get the butter spread out across the evenly before I finish putting the rest of the sugar flour mixture on. Alright, so there we go. It's done, other than the cooking. And like I said, tomorrow, or hopefully not tomorrow by the time you see this video, but tomorrow isn't Thanksgiving. Once it's all done, I will try and post a video of the spread that we're having, including this, and then the cheesecake. So y'all have a good night, get rested before tomorrow, and have a good turkey day.